Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. One Yellowstone case ending theory would be the perfect send-off for the Dutton Ranch. One theory about how Yellowstone Season 5 will end offers the perfect wrap-up for Kayce's storyline and the fate of the Dutton Ranch. Now that Yellowstone's John Dutton is dead, Kayce and Beth must find a way to hold onto the ranch despite financial troubles stemming from the property's high property taxes. Jamie has been working with the developers who want to turn the ranch into a casino and associated businesses, making it crucial for Kayce and Beth to find a way to keep the property in the family so that they don't lose John's legacy. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13's ending includes Kayce mentioning a mysterious plan to save the ranch. He refused to give details of the plan to Monica or the audience, leading to widespread speculation about what his plan might be. The only thing that is known about this idea is that Kayce says he will give the ranch away in order to save it. There are several people or organizations Kayce could be considering as part of his plan, and one in particular makes a lot of sense. Kayce has a unique relationship with the indigenous community in Yellowstone because of his marriage to Monica. For years, they lived together on the reservation, where he once helped get justice for an indigenous girl who was kidnapped and assaulted by white intruders. Thus, Kayce has worked closely with both Chief Rainwater and Mo, despite the indigenous community's feud with John over where the boundaries between ranch land and indigenous land lie. Currently, Rainwater wants to stop a pipeline from being built that would go through the reservation and squeeze the indigenous people into an even smaller piece of land, while Kayce needs someone to take the ranch so that he can buy it back cheaply. Additionally, Rainwater dropped by the ranch to offer his support after John's death, and Mo helped Kayce warn John's assassin to stay away from his family. Thus, it would make sense for Kayce to strike a deal with the indigenous community to protect both the ranch and the reservation from developers. Kayce's plan would be the perfect ending for both himself and the Dutton Ranch. Chief Rainwater has long wanted to reclaim the land the ranch sits on, which once belonged to his ancestors. It is also equally important to him to protect the reservation from the pipeline or similar developments. Given Kayce's relationship with the tribal leaders, it's likely he could get Rainwater to sell the ranch back to him cheaply or to share control of it. Either option would allow the Dutton Ranch to be preserved, while also resolving a major problem facing the indigenous community. This solution would also wrap up Kayce's conflict about which world he belongs to. Kayce recently found his purpose in Yellowstone. However, for years he felt he didn't completely fit in either the Dutton's world or the indigenous world because of his status as a white man married to an indigenous woman. Thus, his new partnership with Rainwater would allow Yellowstone to end with Kayce finally finding a way to bridge the gap between these two worlds and make peace between the Duttons and their indigenous neighbors. As Yellowstone gallops toward its final episodes, fans are bracing for an ending that will cement the legacy of the Dutton family. With power struggles, betrayals, and the looming threat of progress encroaching on the ranch, many are wondering how Taylor Sheridan will close the book on this Western epic. One theory, centered around Kayce Dutton, could provide the perfect send-off for the Dutton Ranch, a fitting conclusion to his tumultuous journey and a way to honor the legacy of the land. #Kayce Dutton. The reluctant Herr Kayce Dutton, played by Luke Grimes, has always been torn between two worlds, the ruthless dynasty of his father, John Dutton, and the peaceful life he desires with his wife, Monica, and their son, Tate. A former Navy SEAL, Kayce has spent much of Yellowstone struggling with his past trauma, his role in the family, and his vision for the future. While John has often tried to mold him into the next leader of the Dutton Ranch, Kayce has resisted, wanting something more for his family. Yet, despite his best efforts to avoid the weight of the ranch, fate continually pulls him back. Whether it's fighting off land developers, dealing with the consequences of Dutton enemies, or answering the spiritual visions he experiences, Kayce's connection to the land is undeniable. If there's anyone who can embody the spirit of the Yellowstone, it's him. ###, the Vision Quest and Kayce's Path. One of the most pivotal moments in Kayce's journey came in Season 4, when he embarked on a Lakota vision quest. In the solitude of the wilderness, he saw two possible paths, one leading to his family and the other to something darker. After emerging from his vision, he told Monica, "I saw the end of us." This cryptic message has left fans speculating about what it truly meant. Was it the end of their relationship? The end of the Dutton family? Or was it something deeper, tied to his role in the greater saga of the Yellowstone Ranch? What if Kayce's vision was preparing him for a sacrificial role, one that would secure the Dutton legacy but cost him dearly? Unlike John or Jamie, Kayce has never sought power, making him the ideal protector of the land. If he is forced to make a choice, his ultimate fate could be the very thing that keeps the ranch from falling into the hands of developers and enemies. ###, the ultimate sacrifice. A theory that could provide the most poetic and heartbreaking ending is one where Kayce lays down his life to save the Yellowstone. The Duttons have been at war with market equities, land barons, and political forces, all seeking to dismantle their ranch. If Kayce finds himself as the last line of defense, he could make the ultimate sacrifice to ensure that his family's home remains untouched. Perhaps in a climactic standoff, Kayce takes up arms one last time, not for power or legacy, but for love. Love for the land, love for his family, and love for the people who have fought beside him. In this scenario, Kayce's death wouldn't be one of defeat, but of honor, solidifying his place as the true guardian of the Dutton Ranch. In his final moments, he might even see a vision of his ancestors, welcoming him into the eternal fold of the land he fought so hard to protect. His sacrifice could be the catalyst that forces John to finally let go, realizing that the cost of holding on to power has become too great. ###, a new beginning for Tate. If Kayce were to make this sacrifice, his son Tate would become the new heir to the Dutton Ranch, carrying forward his father's spirit. Unlike John's harsh upbringing of his children, Kayce's death could inspire a new way of stewarding the land, one that respects both the traditions of the past and the need for a future. Tate, with his mixed heritage and connection to both the Dutton legacy and the Broken Rock Reservation, could represent a new era for Yellowstone. Instead of endless battles and bloodshed, Tate's leadership might be one of balance, forging a path that bridges the divide between the past and the future. Kayce's sacrifice would not be in vain. Rather, it would ensure that his son inherits a world worth fighting for. ###, the poetry of the ending. Taylor Sheridan has never shied away from tragedy, but he also understands the beauty of sacrifice and redemption. If Yellowstone ends with Kayce's heroic final act, it would serve as the perfect emotional climax to the series. It wouldn't be about who wins or loses the ranch in a legal battle, nor would it be about political machinations or business dealings. Instead, it would be about a son choosing to do what his father never could, protect the land not out of greed, but out of love. Such an ending would resonate with fans because it stays true to the themes of Yellowstone. It honors the Western ethos of sacrifice, legacy, and destiny. Kayce would be remembered not as a man who fled from responsibility, but as the only one who truly understood what it meant to be a Dutton.